We're number one.
Jimmy is being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens
Joe
to our podcast first.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to give birth to.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I'll wear it fine. You're
I
already
got one on
on.
right now. You want to see? Jimmy and Geek.
What's that?
Man, how's
You're already on,
Talks,
huh?
baby?
Oh, yeah.
That is a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That ain't make no sense.
Morning.
Morning.
January 19th.
That's supposed to mean something.
Oh, yeah. That's supposed to be a lot. It's the last day of Joe Biden as president. That's the first thing. Tomorrow morning, Trump is our president. Around noon or something, I think. The inauguration happens. We don't have TikTok.
That's over with when? Today?
It's over. Last night they did it. Last night I got one message that said that it was gonna go black or whatever. And then all of a sudden I was scrolling through a couple because I'm like, I'm gonna get into the last few TikToks, you know. All of a sudden it wouldn't let me scroll no more. So then I closed it out because sometimes that happens. It like freezes up, won't let you. So you close it out and reopen it. When I reopen it, the sign comes up. Sorry, TikTok isn't available right now.
Yeah.
It says a law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you cannot use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. I didn't think it was going to happen like that. I didn't think it was just going to be blacked out. Like you just couldn't use it. For whatever reason, I thought it would be like, it would take a minute. And they kept saying too, actually. They kept saying that, they kept saying like you might not be able to update, or, you know, they had all these different things they were saying how it might go down. And they were wrong. They just said, nope, see ya.
You see what Bill said?
Bill who?
McCool.
No, what'd he say?
That the DoorDash is delivering marijuana now.
I believe it. He must be on Bar Talk. I'm on Bar and Grill. I'm surprised he's even awake right now. I figured he'd be in a drunken stupor after his Detroit Lions got their asses handed to him last night. Mm. He's a Lions fan, you know, so I'm sure that didn't feel very good. That ass whooping he got. Did you see that? Did you see that the guy that wrote the ban on TikTok, Mike McCall, the guy who actually wrote the ban? Did you see what he's got going on? He actually took and he wrote the ban, okay, and then put $150,000 into Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram. Like a couple days later, then another couple days later, he puts another 150. Then another couple days later, he puts another 150. So now he's at 450,000, right?
He said he ain't had a drink in 4 years.
Oh, really? That's impressive.
He goes, yes, I'm sad that they lost.
Yeah, he's been a Lions. He's the only Lions fan I really know, you know, from around here. The audience last night looked so bad. Oh, they felt bad for him, dude. They were showing him, they just looked like just beaten, 100% beaten. But anyways, this Mike McCall, he's got 450 grand in, right? Then they find out that it's going to be included in the Ukraine funding bill or whatever, that they're going to ban TikTok. He dumps another 350,000 in it, and then he dumps another 300. So he put like over $1 million in stock into Meta as he's banning TikTok.
Of course.
He should go to prison. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely insane. On a platform that everybody wants to use in America. I mean, everybody has no problem using it in America. It's wild. It's absolutely crazy to me. So, but you see what everybody did, right? Everybody's downloading this new app. It's called Red Note. It's all Chinese. It's actually Chinese owned. It's a Chinese company. Like you go on there and half the writing on it is Chinese. It's actually owned by the Chinese.
Yeah, I seen some of those on TikTok where there was like Chinese writing everywhere and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's even the app like is in Chinese when you download the app. I downloaded it.
Oh, good.
I went and looked at it, and it's like the whole thing is like TikTok refugees welcome and all this stuff. So they have an American company, okay, that is own 20% of it. 20% is all the stock that the actual initial creators of TikTok own, and they're just Chinese people. You know what I mean? They happen to be Chinese.
These young girls that use it all the time, you know, with their stupid little things. They probably don't even know nothing about the ban. Now they're gonna be like, "What happened?"
Oh, I'm sure they know about the ban. That's their livelihood. I saw one girl. One girl said that she was showing what she made in 2024 off TikTok, and it was anywhere from her best month that she showed was $11,000, and her lowest month was like $2,800. Most of them were around $5,000 to $7,000 a month that she's losing in income. She was a school teacher, the girl that did that, that showed it. She goes, now I got to survive on a teacher's salary. That's not going to work. So, I mean, I guess you go to another app and do something there, I guess, if you're going to be an influencer. But, I mean, yeah, it took a lot of income from a lot of people, you know. There's a ton of them that are losing income from it. And the thing is, the worst part is, I swear to God, dude, the most downloaded app right now is Red Note. And it's an actual Chinese company. It's actually owned by the Chinese. Dude, you can't even, like, I went to go look at the terms of service on it. You can't even read it. Like, the rules that they have for it, I have it. Let me see if I can show you. The rule, like, because I go, okay, I'm just, like, kind of clicking around it, checking it out. You know what I mean? And it's got, like, all these different things on here. So I'm looking at it. So I click on it, I go, okay, it's got community rules, right? So I go to the community rules, the community guidelines. Yeah, I mean, who knows what the rules are?
They're in a translation button?
I've got it set up to translate to English, and a lot of it does, but that's not translated. So everybody went to Red Note, or all these people are going to Red Note. So now there's an actual Chinese company that is actually like who we're on. The other one was only 20%. It was actually an American company, but 20% was owned by the creators of the algorithms, basically, for TikTok. So those guys are, you know, the code or whatever you want to call it. Those guys, the 20%, they weren't like that. This is actually owned by Chinese. Like, it's actually owned by the Chinese. And that's where everybody went to. And that's okay, but TikTok's not. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
The thing about it is they get used to anything. You know what I'm saying? So once they're used to using that one.
Well, that's the big fear. Like, if TikTok would have sold like they wanted to, I know that Kevin O'Leary was wanting to buy it. Mr. Beast even made an thing for it. Kevin O'Leary's was kind of cool if he would have bought it, because he wanted to sell off, like, he wanted to, like, let users buy in on it so you could just buy a percentage of it. You know what I mean? And then go public with it after he had it. But the fear is that if it does go away for too long before it's opened back up or sold, the value is nothing, because once people do, they'll
move on.
Well, yeah, we have especially Americans do. We got the shortest attention span ever. Like, our attention span is nothing. We have no attention span whatsoever. I mean, that we'll move right on. We'll be on Instagram next week. But I almost don't want to go to Instagram just because I know that this freaking Michael McCall freaking put all his money in it.
Yeah.
And then plus, I don't even know how I feel about the whole Mark Zuckerberg thing. You know what I mean? Like he went on Rogan and he's like doing these interviews. Now I guess he took out the they them stuff that was on Facebook. He got rid of all that stuff. And I mean, he's trying, I guess, to be like, I don't know,
unhypnotized or something.
Unwoke. Unwoke, is that the word? Unwoke, I'm thinking. Yeah, that might be what the word is. He's trying to be unwoke, but it's like,
yeah, it's a little too late.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's too late. I mean, he I don't know that, but I don't know where it's at, like if it's genuine or not, because I seen an instance in that interview, because I watched it with Rogan, and I seen an instance where he's almost like going, well, getting the vaccine was a good thing. Actually, he does say that, like, well, that was a good thing, but, you know, them censoring this and that, it's like, no, it wasn't a good thing, dude. What are you watching? There was nothing good about that vaccine. And now I seen, was it yesterday or this morning I saw something like they're saying like there's high rates of cancer. There said that somebody was saying that's showing up statistically
from the vaccine
in people with vaccines. Yeah,
there's all kinds of problems now.
Yeah.
And then they compare it with the Amish that didn't take any.
Yeah, and then they're good.
They're good.
Yeah, and then there was another one that I sent it to you this morning. I don't know if you looked at it. But it was because, first of all, you've seen that chart that Rogan always shows, the chart about the polio vaccine. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Like how it's already was gone when the vaccine came out, and they say it was because we weren't using outhouses and all this stuff. Like it was just naturally dissipating because we were more hygienic or whatever you want to call it. And then the vaccine comes out or whatever. So then in that same, I was watching an interview. They were saying that because there was a doctor on, he was a doctor, and he released his information that he had from 15 years of study, and he just documented all his patients because he had parents that did not want to get vaccinated, and he didn't force them to. And 500 of them were not vaccinated. He was a pediatrician, and 500 of them weren't vaccinated. And he has a chart, and the chart shows the illnesses that they had, the autism rates, all the different things. And he's got it like you see the graph, dude. If they're vaccinated, it's way up. I mean, it's up tenfold. And the blue just is straight across, like which the blue on the graph was the people that were the 500 that were unvaccinated had no issues because of being unvaccinated whatsoever, none. I mean that's like that's absolutely insane. So you know what happened with him because he published that?
Oh, he probably
They took his medical license.
Sure.
They took his medical license. That's insane. Like he just gave you the exact.
He just gave you the facts.
The exact stats of the people he took care of, and you take his medical license because you don't like what they say?
I had seen that one a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. And then all the different ones that are, you know, that doesn't even count the obesity rates and all the stuff that they've changed. It's just the whole system it's a mess, dude. And it's like I don't even know like how. Because I think I became a conspiracy theorist in the last, I think you hooked me.
Yeah.
I started looking into stuff. I watched Chaos. I'm like, man, there's a lot of crazy shit out here that I just don't understand why you would do this. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do this? It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
But yeah, I've seen that. But there's all kinds of stuff like that. How that vaccinations just tearing people up.
Yeah, and it's all the different ones.
Yeah, different ones got different problems.
Yeah, they're all the different ones. Well, you know, like Joey, his daughter, his second kid, just was diagnosed with autism, and they think, and the thing is like that, it's messed up because. From what I understand, the stats that I seen when I was younger, when autism, you started hearing about it a lot. Or ADHD and stuff like that. I just thought it's overdiagnosed. It's it always existed, but now all of a sudden we have to diagnose everything, and so that's what I was thinking it
Throw
was.
pills at it.
Well, something. That's what I thought. But the more I'm looking at it, I think it might not be overdiagnosed, because they're saying, like Robert Kennedy said that it was 1 in 10 or 1 in 15,000, something like that had autism in the 70s. To now it's 1 in 34 kids. 1 in 34. You're telling me what's changed except for diet, which they're letting crazy shit in our food.
Prescriptions
and vaccines that they're pumping into our kids. I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't care for it. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that I'm happy that I had Dylan vaccinated. I kind of wish I wouldn't have at this point, because you sit there and look at it, you go, man, that's
yeah. But the reasonings you did it was because it was what you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, well, I'll tell you, one of the things, though, that aggravates me about that is that Amanda's mom has a friend, Betsy, and she was like basically harassing Amanda not to get vaccinated. Like, do not do this. This is, she was just like, I mean, and it was to the point where it was causing stress in Amanda's life. So when Amanda questioned the pediatrician about it, the pediatrician basically just fucking treated her like just dog shit. He goes, I'm just a doctor. What do I know? That's what he did to her. Like he basically like forced her into doing it. And it's all on false information. That's like it.
Yeah, but you got to think that's the false information they got too, though.
Agreed. I'm not. They're teaching them wrong in medical school too. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, but that's what he said to her. He had no open mind to it whatsoever. It was just like, what do I know? I'm just a doctor. Like, just literally, like.
Well, you should ask him what he knows now.
Felt like shit. You know what I mean? Made her feel like shit.
Right.
And it's not, I mean, the doctor should just be able to inform you, look, well, this is what we think is best, but it's up to you or something. You shouldn't dog somebody like that.
And that's just like
that's like pressuring them.
That's like the mask. They say the mask didn't do nothing.
No, well, even Fauci said they would never do anything, and then all of a sudden he told us to do them. And now he's saying that that the 6 foot social distancing, he goes, there was no science. It was just like kind of showed up and we're like, okay, do it. Like that's absolutely bizarre, right? I mean, why the hell would you do that?
Yeah, why would you enforce something that was just kind of made up?
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, to the point where the police were showing up at my bar.
Yeah.
The health department was showing up at my bar if the people were standing a little too close on the patio, because somebody drove by and the Nazis were calling and saying, hey,
right.
The whole thing, man, that whole thing is just absolutely
and you know
insanity
what?
to me.
This country ain't like, how would you say it? Like all the causes it caused, like business wise and the way people still do shit is not bounced back yet. You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
Like bars, they don't do like they did. Restaurants,
oh no, nothing. Well, for one, a lot of that has to do with inflation. People just don't have the money to go out anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a part of it. I mean,
right, but I'm saying, yeah, and that goes down to it too.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't do stuff the way they used to do it.
No, it's all different. That whole COVID thing changed everything for a lot of people, a ton of people. In fact, I think, if I remember right, that comedy scene that's in Austin right now, like that's like Rogan and all those that moved out there from LA, that all happened because of COVID, because they shut them down in COVID. They could go to Austin and do something. So it moved a whole, I want to say it's over 20 comedians that moved out to Austin just to get away from LA.
Well, they did the right thing now at this point.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't have a house anyways, half of them. They'd be burned to the ground.
You know what? The ones that did, they probably still own the houses.
Huh?
The ones that lived there probably still owned the houses and went there. You know what I'm saying? Like Rogan, he probably had a house over there.
I don't know. I don't know if you do. I think you get rid of that house. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to sit on. I mean, it's odds of getting rent for that is probably slim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they ain't worried about money. They got enough.
Well, that's true, I guess. But those are, I mean, you're talking $20-30 million. That's a lot of money for anybody, no matter who you are. I would think. I know that. I don't think Rogan did. I think I've heard him say that he didn't do it. But
What? Didn't have a house there?
yeah, that he got rid of it. Yeah, and I know he said that. I don't think his house burned down, but somebody he knew. I heard him saying,
What about that blue van?
"Yeah, that was wild."
That ain't going back to that.
The Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Volkswagen
crazy.
van. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Set right in the middle of everything, just by itself, not even harmed, nothing.
I don't even know, dude,
It's
what
that
to believe
blue.
anymore. They everything gets just so like twisted and fucked up. You know what? The biggest thing that everything, like your whole childhood, you start like rethinking
Everything.
dude. Everything that ever, like, I mean, because now they say fluoride's bad for you. Remember, kids,
Yeah,
they were
they
just
said it
making us do it every
What
day
they
in
say
school.
that shit is? Fluoride's like a byproduct of something. What was it?
I forget what it is, but it's not
And they're
good.
like, "What can we get? Where can we get rid of it?" And then they was like, "Put it in toothpaste."
And we had it every day. Remember, we used to have to
and then
put
they
the
it in the
fluoride.
water.
Oh my god! Yeah, they put it in all the drinking water.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be horrible for you.
I mean, I'm not saying that they knew that, but
They knew.
they might have known it. You know what I mean? They definitely might have known it. And then like all the pesticides that go on stuff, it's just it's wild.
Then your dentist is telling you, make sure you use something with fluoride, and that's what they was taught.
Yeah, no, yeah. The dentist thinks that he went to school and that's what he was taught was the best thing to do. But now, see, there's people that don't do that though. Because look at, did you see the guy that just got sentenced in Michigan? The doctor. This doctor was treating people with chemo. It's like 556 patients that did not have cancer, and he said they had cancer. And they said he made like, I forget what it was. I don't even remember. I think it was 17 million, but I could be wrong. 17 million he made off of those chemo treatments for people that didn't even have cancer.
Wow.
So that's just down and dirty bullshit. You know
I
what
got
I
a
mean?
little glimpse of something one time, just recently, last week or something, about some lady who was breaking little babies' bones in the thing. Did you see that? Yeah.
What?
She was a nurse, and she'd break their bones just to do it.
Just to do it? Because she had like
sick fuck.
like she wanted to help him or heal him or cast him, or she just
She just hurting them.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. What the fuck?
Yeah, I seen that shit. I was like, what? I didn't really get into it. I was like,
Yeah, that doctor, he actually was on the stand and he basically said, I'm sorry that greed got the best of me. That's what he said. They gave him 48 years.
well, they need to put him in a cell with a guy named Greed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people do sick shit. It's like that Mickey thing. You know, Mickey Mouse. Have you ever seen that? Like the Swiss cheese or whatever?
Yeah, that was
You've
crazy.
seen that before?
Yeah.
That is wild. Like and it's like,
You don't catch it until you catch it. Like it's like when it hits you, when you really do see it, you're like, what the fuck?
well, I think that was before us anyways. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
black and
Steamboat
white shit,
Mickey
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. But I mean, let me see if I can find it. The thing is, that's when they're drawing the cartoon. They're literally drawing this. So they're
See,
drawing it scene by scene by scene by scene by scene. You can't make a mistake where you make it look like
Yeah,
this.
but you know what?
You did it on purpose.
Yeah, but that might have been different. That might have been something that wasn't like put out. You know what I'm saying? That like if I was the artist and I was joking around with my friends, I'd do something like that. I'd be like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? It
No, but
might not
this
have-
was actually put out.
maybe it wasn't supposed to.
It was, I think they said it was in Steamboat Mickey, I think they said.
Okay.
I don't even think it was Mickey. I think it was the other one. What was it? Steamboat Willie or whatever, the
don't
one that was pre-Mickey. I mean, I
would say it was like a gag thing with friends, but if it slipped out, oh well.
no, well, that's not what I've been told when I've seen that. I could be wrong, but that's not what I've been told. I've been told that was, but again, I never was just like watching that.
Yeah, and that was like you said, that was way before our time.
I actually did watch that. Actually, now that I think about it, I did watch Steamboat Mickey. My grandma had it on her 8mm. We used to watch it. We used to put the film up and watch it. So we probably did watch it as a kid, just never caught on to it. We were so little.
All that shit you're not gonna catch on as a kid.
8 millimeter, you know, I mean, that shows you how young I was. I was real little if it was on 8 millimeter, where we'd have to set up the projector. Did you guys have that?
No.
You guys never had that? No. My grandma, it was kind of a big deal that we had it, actually. But not most people didn't have it. You know what I mean? But there it is right there. I mean, dude, how can that be anything but him fucking sticking his dick in the cheese and making Swiss cheese? I mean, there's no part of ever seeing Mickey where he's got a boner looking thing sticking out of his pants. It's just you never see. I've never seen that before. Like, where the hell does this even come from? And
The thing about it, there's a lot more than that one.
No, there is. But that's like just takes you back to like when I think about that one, I think about the fact that one is they're drawing it. Dude, he's drawing that. And if you look like right now where I paused it even, he's got a boner sticking out of his pants. Like where it's paused right now, that's an actual boner sticking out of, I mean, what the hell?
Like I said, I don't think that was meant to be put out.
I don't know. It's wild. Like just the guy that's like up, because you got Minnie who's behind him. She's got a big old smile on her face. The parrot's watching. But then there's like that cat. I don't know who that cat is. That's up on the right-hand side over here. He's just got the what the fuck look on his face. You know what I mean? And they just it purposely went out, dude. That's all I'm saying. It purposely went out.
But I'm saying there's all kinds of them. There's some on Goofy, I think, too.
Oh, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's different ones. Yeah, throughout the years, there's different ones.
Right.
Even recently, there's ones, and it's like, but it's one thing when it's like digital and they're like, you know what I mean? Like this, like they literally drew each like split second image by hand. Like, come on, dude, that's crazy. They just do shit on purpose, is all I'm saying. They do shit on purpose, and the doctor did shit on purpose. This freaking Disney or whoever it was did it on purpose. And how does it even get past the editing floor? Like somebody looked at it and went, that's not okay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially in kids shit, you know?
So anything new on Diddy?
Not that I know of. I did see something. Everybody keeps saying Jennifer Lopez's Barack Obama's side chick.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you, that's all over everywhere. They keep saying Jennifer Lopez and Obama got a little side gig going.
Who cares?
Jennifer's probably getting the men like she used to get for Diddy.
But you know what? I think the whole Diddy thing is just to cover up the other dude.
Somebody brought up a good point, like the TikTok thing. It might be just like a whole, like what's about to happen that they don't want like Americans to see it going down.
Yeah.
You know what
distraction,
I mean? And that's what I saw. Somebody said this, something like that too, and it makes sense because.
Well, I think it's a distraction from the other guy. What's his name? Epstein.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, but his shit still didn't come out.
No, it sure hasn't. No.
Everybody keeps forgetting about that. I'm like, no, I've been waiting for that list since they got busted. Ain't nobody said nothing about that list.
Yeah, supposedly they said that they're gonna release it. Like Trump and Kash Patel said they're gonna release it.
I bet they don't.
Well, Kash Patel would be in charge of everything, like so he would have the power to do that, and he seems. I think he would. I mean, he's just like he's kind of a loose cannon. A lot of these guys, he's got kind of a loose cannon.
But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think it's so wild what we're about to see, dude. We are sitting in the middle of one of the most historic moments, I think, in American history. I think we are.
Because everything's stupid.
Everything's stupid, but Trump's reset with the picks he's bringing in and like just like straight up like just trying to take back everything, and it's like I think it's a historic moment. I mean, just the way he won in general is just the way he came back. The fact that there's so many questions about the election in 2020, well, like I think we're in a historic time.
Good or bad?
It's yet to be written, but I think that it's good. But the problem is that you don't know what's going to happen. Like, I mean, Trump could get shot tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or have a heart attack tomorrow. Or you know what I mean?
You got another one in there. His buddy's a little cuckoo too.
Who?
His vice president.
JD Vance?
Yeah,
I love
think,
JD Vance.
I think he's as wild as he is.
I love JD Vance.
But all I'm saying is that Epstein shit, everybody's focusing on that and they keep forgetting about how long has that been now?
Oh God, that's been forever. That's been a long
Hell
long
yeah.
time,
The list ain't came out?
No, it still hasn't.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's something deliberate. I mean,
No, yeah,
it's
it's definitely
deliberate.
yeah.
They don't want you
Why?
to have the list for some reason.
Yeah.
Whether it's politicians or people with enough
Very
money or
powerful black lady.
Bear. You better quit saying that shit. You get us. Oh no, that was TikTok that banned that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was TikTok
We
that
got in
banned
trouble
that.
on that one.
You did, not me. I didn't
But
say
when
it.
I get in trouble, you get in trouble.
Yeah, she got paid millions too from Kamala too for to host that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
And then they said it because I saw a thing that they asked Rogan. They said, "How much did Trump pay you to be on here?" He goes, "What do you mean?" Well, I think at first he joked around and said 40 million or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's absolutely insane too. That like all those people got paid from her and all that money just disappeared, and it's wild. And the whole thing's wild. And now you got this big event that's going to happen today at 3:00.
Oh.
It's like a big like celebration. We won victory party, basically. That's like it's going to have a bunch of people there and all that stuff. And then tomorrow it's Trump's inauguration. Seems to have some talent. And the freaking vice president of China is coming to the inauguration. First time ever.
Wow.
Vice president of China. And then they stopped the freaking the ceasefire started today, essentially. I think Hamas turned over 3 women, I think, maybe already, or at least they turned over the names. They didn't turn them over for a minute, but now they have. So the ceasefire started today, literally the day before Trump goes in office. Russia.
Well, then they're gonna say that it's because of Biden. He was in.
Well, he tried to. He tried to. You didn't see that interview? Oh, it was funny. So Biden is on stage and he's talking about what he did to get this ceasefire, right? And everybody knows he's full of shit because we all heard Trump at his thing, there was, I forget what it was. He did a press conference of some sort. And he had somebody up there speaking that was actually handling the negotiations for the ceasefire with Israel and Hamas. And he's being real, like, cordial, the guy is. And Trump interrupts him and he goes, "I don't want to ruin your negotiations, but if those hostages aren't released by the time I take office, all hell is breaking out in the Middle East, breaking loose in the Middle East." We all heard it. We all seen it. Everybody knows what happened. So then he's trying to get his, like, he's trying to say that Biden is trying to say it's all what he did. He's been working on it for all this time. It's like,
Yeah, the day
ain't
before.
nobody believes you. You
The
took
day
a nap.
before.
And then he's walking off stage and somebody yells out, does Trump get the credit or you get the credit? Something to that effect. And he just turns around and goes, "Are you joking?" And then he just walked
Yeah,
off.
I seen that.
Everybody knows you're full of shit, dude. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah, he's trying to take all kinds of credit for everything that he didn't do. I mean, really,
I love it the way they say, like things are gonna change and all this shit. It's like, you guys been in there for what, 8 years? No, more than that.
yeah, they've been in there forever. Well, Biden specifically has been in there for like 50 years or something like that. He's been in
Politics.
Yeah, he's been a senator forever. You know what I mean? So he's been in there forever and hasn't done anything good in any of all. Not that I know of. I mean, honestly, if you go back and look at most of the bills and that things that he was on board with, they were all like racist and stupid shit.
What's that guy's name that's with that? They go to the college things and then they have these little debates and stuff.
Charlie Kirk?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been watching some of his.
Yeah, he's pretty funny too.
Yeah, he's good. He's quick.
He's quick. He's what's the word? He's strong in his convictions. You know what I mean? Kind of like Candace Owens.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Candace Owens, her maybe.
I think she's a little too aggressive sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen the one where she fights with Rogan? They get in a fight, and I think Rogan was in the wrong there. She says something to the effect of, what does she say? Something like she doesn't believe. What was it? I'm trying to remember what it was. They get in a big, huge fight, and he starts playing the semantic games like, why would you say that? I can't remember what it was.
Was he purposely fucking with her?
No. I don't think so. He just felt like she was being, like she shouldn't say she doesn't believe in it if she has no proof of it. And I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. But she was just like,
She go off on him?
that's how I feel. I mean, what do you want me to do? And he's just like, well, I'm just saying, if you have no proof of it, you know what I mean? You shouldn't say you believe something because you're an influencer. You're a very important influencer. And you shouldn't say that you don't believe in something. But I'm trying to remember what it was specifically that she didn't believe in. And I can't think of what it was exactly. But it was.
But this is only a 1 hour thing here. You can't just
sit there and think.
lock it up for a half hour while you're thinking of what it was.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like sitting here for more than an hour.
More than an hour? We do them like 2 hours usually anymore.
Yeah, but not for you to go, well, hold on.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but they got in this huge fight, and she's like, she's not in the wrong in that one. She's right in the, but she does a lot of conspiracy stuff that's like a little bit too much for me. Like, and you know what I mean?
And she's a little, like I said, a little too aggressive sometimes. You're like, damn. Like people are, like they'll come up to her with their thoughts on something, and she'll just go in at them. You know what I mean? And she might be right. That ain't what I'm saying, but I'm saying she's aggressive. She's a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I like her though.
I do too.
I like her a lot, but yeah, that she definitely does. That, like I said, that one with her and Rogan, they got aggressive together. Like they were both kind of like getting like.
But the guy I'm talking about, Charlie, that dude, he's smooth with it.
Oh, he's good. Yeah. He's real good. He goes to college campuses.
Right,
That's his big thing. But, you know, they said that there's a big swing now in the younger generation in college campuses. There's a huge swing that's going towards the right. And they're saying California now, after these fires, are just like, fuck this. We're not voting these freaking liberal tards in here.
What is it, the mayor over there?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Did you see her when she got off the plane? When because she was in Uganda or something, I think, when this happened. I think she was like at an inauguration in Uganda. And she lands after the Palisades are already gone, wiped out. And she, like, real timidly refuses to say anything to anybody. They're asking her all kinds of questions at the airport, and she just, like, looking down, won't even say, like, she had a responsibility, in my opinion, as the mayor to say, we're going to look into it. I just got back. Something. She didn't say one word.
Well, she probably wanted to get her thoughts together.
So what? You can say that I want to get my thoughts together. You can say something. What she did was the most weakest, like, garbage reaction that I've ever seen in my entire life.
No, she'll probably get booted.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely getting booted. There's no question about that.
So who was that other guy that was standing there? He wasn't a news guy. I must have been. Was it the
standing where?
That was talking about it. And he was saying all this new stuff they were going to do when it was rebuilding. What was that guy?
Oh, that's Gavin Newsom. That's not that. That's the governor.
Yeah, governor. That's it.
That's the governor. He was dancing. He's like, oh, we're going to have a new smart city.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looked so weird.
Oh, a lot of people are about like freaking irritated with him on that one because they feel like you did everything you could to help burn the city down. You did so much that the insurance companies go, the city's not even protecting you for fire. There's nothing I can do. I can't insure you any longer. You guys are doing nothing to try and prevent these houses from catching on fire. We have to drop
It's
them.
like you did everything the opposite. Like you intentionally set it up to burn.
And they tell you, follow the money. Well, the insurance company goes, I mean,
It
they're,
ain't them.
well, no, I understand it, but they noticed and that the money said, I'm not risking this. You know what I'm saying? They just, no, I'm not that much money. No, thank you. Not for the shit you're doing over there. And then now all of a sudden they want to build this because I guess like we're supposed to host the Olympics, I guess, there in 28.
Right, I seen that.
So they're talking about wanting to make it like a smart city by then.
And he's all,
Oh, yeah. He's like reimagining what the
Yeah.
Palisades could be.
yeah, we got a clean slate here.
Yeah. Yeah. Wiped out. Just like Hawaii. Yeah.
What if there's that little black lady?
But why did they burn like the Palisades? Like, why are they the ones that they burn to the ground to redevelop and reimagine?
I don't know. It's like they put kindling around all them houses.
Yeah. Burn down East Cleveland and reimagine that.
Whoa.
The Palisades were beautiful.
Yeah, well,
Beautiful homes.
that's why they
and-
wanted it.
Yeah, I
That
guess
land,
so.
That
I
land
guess
is
so.
perfect, prime land.
I mean, the lake
And I
is
guarantee,
nice too, though.
I guarantee when they put that back together, all them woods ain't gonna be there. It's gonna be all nice and clean. You know.
Well, it'll probably well, I don't know, but I'm guessing that it's going to be more commercialized. I think. I bet you're going to see like apartment buildings and condos, and I bet you're not going to see as many independent houses go back. I don't think so.
That's they want to make a little New York there.
Yeah, they want well because they say there's a housing shortage in California.
Yeah, I'm sure there is now.
Well, there was before, they say. That's what they try to blame the homeless on is housing shortage. It's like those people can't even afford anything,
Right.
let alone.
The garbage can in the, you know.
Yeah,
the
like
hell
you
out of
act like they just got $10 million in their pocket to buy a house in California.
you
They
see
they just are choosing to live on the
Right,
street because there's none to find. You can't find one.
Right.
You know?
But I'll tell you what, if I was homeless, I sure as hell wouldn't be here.
No, I see these people that are here homeless. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Remember that guy that used to, when we were young, they used to sleep under that bridge?
Yeah.
What the hell? That's
And he was
crazy.
there
You
for
had it
years.
dude. He had it like he would be tucked up inside
Yeah.
there. It must have blocked the wind up in there or something.
I don't know, but he was there for years.
I heard that he used to go shower at that gym too. That was right there.
Mm-hmm.
What was that little gym that was right there? There was a little before Walter put his place in there.
I don't know.
Well, there used to be a little gym over there. I heard he used to shower over there. He used to come in there and they'd let him shower every once in a while.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, he was there for years.
Years. And
When
then
you
he
go
would be
by there,
over there
you
by
you think about him, you're like, where is he at?
yeah, he
try to
used
get
to
that
be over
glimpse
there
of him.
by he would hang out on what was that, Griswold or whatever. He would hang out there like in the daytime and then be tucked up in there.
Probably one of them people would give him coffee or something.
Probably. We'd drive by and you could see his
All his
stuff up
stuff,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, you could see all his stuff was up there. You don't see a lot of that anymore like you used to. When I was like in the 90s, when you went into Cleveland, like I worked into Cleveland a lot, man, they had that like Tent City and stuff in there, like in the 2000s maybe.
They're around here somewhere.
They are. I heard it was the railroad tracks is where they were for a long time. I heard they were up in that rail yard area by the bridge. I heard that's where they were. They had tents over there in Lorain, but in Cleveland, that Tent City, I don't know where those people went. Because that was, did you ever see Tent City when it was there?
No.
When you got off the ramp, you know that field that's like basically where the Cloverleaf comes around? That whole field was just tents. It was just all homeless tents as you're going into like East 9th into downtown Cleveland. It was crazy. It's like, what the hell is this? You know, but they cleaned all that up, but I don't know where they all went.
Well, remember when California when they cleaned all them people out?
Oh, just for China to come? For China to come?
That was crazy.
They clean them for one day and then they put them back, put them in 5-star hotels for the night. They had the night of their life.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, yeah, China's gone. Get the fuck out.
Right. Boop.
Chai Ping. What's his name? Chai Ping, Ching Ping.
I don't know.
I don't know what his name is. I better get it right if I'm going to be posting on Red Note.
So is it just like TikTok?
It's very similar, dude. It's I mean, other than all the Chinese writing, it's like if you
I
go
did see
through
a
it,
video. It was just a regular video, just like the other TikToks.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's just like
America is so dramatic because the government is like, you can't be on this Chinese app, and everyone just migrates to another Chinese app. But this one's allowed for some reason.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, it's just
My
like it.
boyfriend went to high school with Luigi, so I wanted to share his.
What the hell is going
I mean,
on?
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then it's funny because every once in a while you're scrolling and then this Chinese guy, clean cut, nice suit, is on and he explains how Red Note works and what you can do different here and what's unique about Red Note and how much you're gonna like it. And thank you for being a TikTok
Hey,
refugee.
do they got stock?
Probably. That's probably what we should have done
Oh,
is buy
yeah.
some stock in Red Note. I don't think there's in stock. I think they're completely owned by the Chinese government. I think it's like I think like the whole Chinese Communist Party owns that app, and there is none in
They got
stock
us out of
for
the
it.
frying pan into the fire.
Oh yeah, right into the fire. Absolutely.
that's crazy.
And like Americans, we went, "Fuck you! You're not telling me what to do."
Right. I'm jumping on this red. Damn.
We are a rebellious bunch.
Yeah. Cut my own nose off.
Right? I mean, that's the way it works. I mean, stop being an asshole. That's all I can tell you guys. I mean, they shouldn't. First of all, when you find out that the guy that took it, when you find out that the guy that actually took it is just dumping money into Meta,
Right.
it's like, what the? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And then, I'm sorry, but it's not a coincidence that it gets banned on a Sunday, the day before the inauguration. Like, the day before the inauguration is when they banned it. And actually, they banned it last night. It was over on mine. Lexa had sent hers over to me by 9 o'clock where they banned hers. I was still
What's that
scrolling.
one called? Red what?
Red Note.
Red Note.
Red Note.
I got to download it later.
Yeah, I did.
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
just kidding. I
I'm
ain't
doing
doing
it. I'm like, let me go see what this
Yeah,
is about.
see, you're one of the people that are hooked on that.
Well,
TikTok shit.
no, it has nothing to do with that because you can go to Instagram or Reels or anything. It's all the same shit. I don't know why they act like TikTok's algorithms are so much better than anybody else's. Like, I feel like it does the same thing. If I go on Instagram and start scrolling,
Well, what it is TikTok was so big, everybody was on the same platform. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I guess. But they say that it's like the algorithm, like that's what's the value is like how they're doing their algorithms.
Yeah,
so that
when
you get your.
when you watch a certain thing, that's the kind of things they send back to you.
Well, that's what happens on
Anything, yeah.
Instagram and all them too. So I don't understand what makes TikTok more. It just doesn't make it just doesn't make sense to me why it's so much more trendy
I don't know.
than like Instagram and stuff. And I also don't understand how it was an American company. They've told us this whole time it was a Chinese company. It's an American company that had 20% ownership of the original creators of it. The rest was in shareholders, international shareholders from anybody or anywhere in the world, and an American, American citizens.
So all them people that was invested in that just lost everything.
Well, they haven't yet. They haven't yet, but they should. Anybody who's invested in it, if they don't sell, I mean, they have to sell. If they're gonna, if
Sell
selling
what,
it
Jack?
is the answer, if they have to sell, if that's going to be because they're saying Trump wants to get it fixed or whatever. But the problem is this has been to the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court ruled that the TikTok ban stays. So I don't think he has the power to override the Supreme Court. Not that I'm aware of, anyways. So if he doesn't have the power to override the Supreme Court, now what do you do? You know what I'm saying? So you got to sell it because the Supreme Court said unless it's sold to an American.
No, somebody will buy it. The thing was too popular.
Yeah, but not if it sits too long. If this
Yeah, right,
if this
right.
deal doesn't happen immediately, I mean, then all of a sudden we forget and move on and.
Yeah, and then you're on Redwood.
Yeah,
Where the hell?
Redwood. Redwood's what's burning in California.
That too. It's burning now. But that yeah, people would just move on and they'll get used to whatever they're using. So
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. That's true. That's 100% true.
and then that shit'll be worth nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I mean, it's still like how many users? Like it's 170 million. They said Americans, 170 to 180 million Americans used it. But how many were on the whole platform? Because it was internet. I mean, Canada's still using it. You know what I mean?
For real?
Yeah, that's just America. America's the only one that banned it.
Well,
So if Canada's using it, you know what I mean, or Germany, I mean, how many other? I mean, you know, maybe 170 million isn't that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Maybe they have 1 billion people on it. I don't know. We could probably Google it and find out if we were that curious.
yeah, I'm not that curious.
What do you think about? What do you think is going to be like? You think it's going to be a crazy week? Like, do you think this week's going to be insane?
I think the bar should start selling weed on with a DoorDash and shit.
On DoorDash, just be drug dealers right out of DoorDash.
Right out of DoorDash. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Is that so? How does that work? Where are you seeing that? Like from stores are doing it? Because you can DoorDash from
You
like
could go to a
convenient.
store and get weed right now, right at the counter.
I know, but so what I'm saying is, if you can go to DoorDash for convenient, or if a dispensary signs up for DoorDash, you probably could do that. Because I know like any store can go sign up for DoorDash.
Hey, check out their rules.
So
Let them figure it out. They got.
I don't know
lawyers.
what the legalities.
That's
of
what I'm
that
saying. They
is.
got
like I
lawyers.
don't even know. Like just because you've seen it in a store and convenient, don't mean they're doing it legal. Doesn't mean that. I mean,
All the stores are doing it.
I know like that spice and shit was illegal for a while, and they were still
selling the
selling
shit
it,
out of it.
and they were still selling it. So I don't know if it's legal or not. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's not. I mean, I know I could sell alcohol on
That's
DoorDash
weird
and
to me.
stuff.
That is weird to me.
I don't think it is. You say that all the time, but when I was a kid, we used to order pizza and we'd have them bring beer when I was young. Like me and Chris Legg in our first apartment, we'd order pizza all the time and have it delivered with beer. So, I mean, what's the difference? I don't see the difference. I mean, it's closed container. My license is I can sell alcohol in sealed containers.
Yeah.
So, and it's always been that way. It was like that pre-COVID, all that was always that was the liquor license I had, is that I could sell it. You know, because you get these people that, you know, these bars that, and I'm going to snitch on everybody right now, they'll probably be mad at me, but you get these bar owners that like tell the patrons when they're like, can I get a 6-pack to go? They're like, I can't do that legally. They can't. Their liquor license says they can. Now, maybe it might be different for a private club or whatever, but anybody who has a D5 or D6, they can do that 100%. It's on your license.
You don't usually get, like, I've seen it probably a handful of times here, but I don't see people trying to get
That must have
12.
been a handful of times you were here at the end of the night, because when you're closing, that's when they want a 6-pack and a 12-pack. Because you're closing, they don't want to stop at another store, or other stores are closed.
Yeah,
That's when they want that to go carry out. So, but it is legal to do. I mean, but the problem is like you stock your beer here. You're not stocked like a store stocks way more beer than I do. Like a convenience store or something, or a drive-through.
Right.
They have far more beer than I do. So if you come in and you want to take a case of beer, I mean, you wiped out a large portion of my beer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
your stock, yeah. But what about the do you charge them per beer, or do you charge them like a 12-pack case?
When they leave here, I usually charge them bucket price. Usually is how I do it. I do the bucket price, but I mean, you could do it
Either
at a
way,
regular
yeah.
price. I mean, I don't know exactly what you would do for that. I mean, I would imagine you have to stick to some sort of state minimum, right? Isn't there state minimums you're allowed to sell beer and cigarettes for?
You own a bar, I don't know.
I know, like everywhere you go, like there's state minimums. I know that, but I've never had to worry about it because I'm nowhere near that. Because I'm not selling it retail. I'm selling it, you know, in a restaurant environment or whatever you want to call it. In that type of environment. You got anything else you wanted to talk about except for you want me to be a drug dealer selling weed?
Yeah. Just be a drug dealer, sell weed.
Sell weed? Do it.
Why not?
But what do you think's going to happen this week? Like, how do you imagine this going down?
You know what? No matter what happens, I won't know nothing about it.
Nothing?
No.
Because TikTok's gone?
No, because I'll be on Netflix, cuddled up, warm, because it's going to be a cold motherfucker.
It's going to be freezing cold. And Dylan has no school Monday and Tuesday.
They already announced it?
No. That was already. Because
Okay.
tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Okay.
And then Tuesday for his school is they do once a month. The teachers, take the day off.
Once a month.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the end of the quarter. It might be a quarter. I don't know. They take off for no reason.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been doing that. So they just kind of paired it so you get a nice 4-day weekend.
Right.
So he kind of sucks because he isn't going to miss because of the cold. Well, unless it's real cold Wednesday, which I think it's supposed to be real cold Wednesday too. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Which means I need firewood. I got to go grab some firewood because that little heater I got, don't cut it in the garage. When I go out in the garage, I need the wood burner when it's this cold.
That's without wind chill below 2, right?
They're saying some of the wind chills will be down to like 20.
Sheesh.
Wind chill 20 below. That's that kind of shit you go outside and it hurts.
Yeah, it's like when you breathe. It's
You
like
don't want
slow
any
and shit.
skin exposed. Like
Nose hairs freeze up instantly.
you could die within like a half hour of being out there. All that stuff.
I
That's
ain't
all
gotta
bad.
worry about me.
No, that's all bad to be out there. Well, they moved the inauguration inside,
No.
and it's the first one they said since Reagan, and that's why they moved it inside is because. But there's like a bunch of like people pissed off because
They can't go. It's probably limited.
right. Yeah, because it's the inside's got a lot less, people that can get in than the outside would have. So
So maybe he could get his own security detail.
well, I think he's doing that big party tonight. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's going on tonight. So
You know what I said?
yeah, his own security detail.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, the one that he had wasn't definitely not doing it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't say that because the one they had, the first one, but then when he was at the golf course, they were on that shit. They got him pretty good. They were ahead of him in that instance. They said Elon Musk is getting an office in the White House. He's going to have his own office in there.
I don't like that one.
A lot of people are starting to like go, man, I think that guy might be evil. I've said for a long time, I don't know if he's evil or good. I don't know that guy. He's one or the other, though. I don't think he's in between. He's one or the other. He's either evil or good.
I don't see how. First of all, he's from another country. He's Australian. He's probably got American citizenship, but
He is not Australian, I don't think. I think he's actually South African.
oh, South African. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. But I'm saying you're not an American. I don't think you should have an office in the fucking White House.
Well, he doesn't have there's rules about being the president, but there's no other rules.
I don't care. That's why.
You could be anything else in there.
Yeah, I really don't think he should be in office over there.
Having his own office where he can just go
I
do
don't even
some
think he
shit.
should be influencing anything in there.
I mean, he's going to influence things anyways. I think it's better to do it this way. You know what I do like about Elon Musk is that he don't give a shit about money.
Of course he don't, because he got so much.
No, he didn't. He never gave a shit about money.
I don't believe that.
He doesn't. He never has. He's spent every dime he had twice already now. Like he's made shit tons of money and just dumped it all into like SpaceX. He dumped everything he made into SpaceX and was pretty much broke, having to borrow money while he was building Tesla. I mean, it's all panned out for him. I'm not saying it didn't, but the guy has never really done anything for the money. He really hasn't. He does it for what? Because he likes science. He likes. I think his big thing is he wants to like have a population living on the Mars or something. You know what I mean? I think that's something like that's in his like dreams. He wants to get there.
I don't know.
I know what it was. I think it was global warming. I just remembered what it was. Candace Owens doesn't believe in global warming. She believes that it's warm. She doesn't believe that it's human caused. You know, like that we're making any effect on it at all. That's her belief. So
I think shit's just rotating in a different way. That's all.
I have no clue. The only real evidence that I've ever seen about any of it that disputes the fact that we're warming up the atmosphere are the two things that I know was the inventor of the Weather Channel. He ran all the stats. We haven't changed any more statistically and temperature-wise or anything in the last 100 years than we did the 100 years before or the 100 years before that. And it's always changed. You know what I mean? And we haven't made it any worse. That's him. Now, there's other people that dispute that, but I've seen that. And the other thing that I remember specifically about 9/11 when it happened, I just remember that they grounded all the airplanes. They said that our ozone, like the levels in our ozone, the carbon dioxide levels and stuff like that, from grounding the airplanes for that short time, it wasn't long, were to the levels they were 100 years before that, in minutes, hours, maybe hours.
So
It
I
might have
wonder
been
how long
hours.
they was down. A couple of days.
I don't think so. No, I think it was 24 hours at the most. I don't know. We can ask.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long, but it was quick. I mean, for it to, that just tells you
So then you just do it once every couple years.
the
Shut
universe is
everything
just
down.
amazing anyways. You know what I mean? The world is just an amazing thing. It's just, you see it when it takes back a mall, or, you know what I mean? When you see those videos when they come, there's nothing to me that shows you more how powerful the earth is than when they show an old mall that just all of a sudden has trees starting to take over it, or, you go,
You can never see there was a mall here. And it
it just
naturally-
takes it over. Yeah, it just takes it back. It just takes everything back. That's just how powerful the earth was. How long were the planes grounded on 9/11? Is it going to go? It don't want to go. There it goes. 9:37. Da, 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 da. Or an FFA, Ben Siley working his first day of fishing. I don't see an answer. Where's the fucking answer at? I don't see it.
Whatever. Don't matter.
Yeah, I don't see it. It does. I'm not seeing anything quick, anyways. No quick answer. Why? That's a simple question. Why can't you just answer it real fast? There's something here. I can't read it. My eyes suck. But yeah, I remember seeing that it recovered like instantaneously to the levels that they were supposed to be at 100 years ago, or where they were, or whatever. But in that whole aspect, though, it's like, why were we even testing it 100 years ago, or how were we testing it 100 years ago? That's what I want to know. We were testing the ozone layer 100 years ago?
No.
Doesn't seem like it, right?
No.
I mean, that's what they said, though. It tested it back to the levels of 100 years ago. And it just makes me wonder, like, well, how did you have that 100 years ago? I don't know. Very odd to me. Very, very odd. Amanda told me I should entertain the idea of doing the menu on the mobile apps like that I should limit the menu to just specific items. Like, just pick your items that you want to put on the mobile app so that you don't have to put the whole menu on there. Does that make sense? Like, just the ones you want to put out there like that?
I don't know.
Because I know we went to order stuff, and there's stuff that wasn't on DoorDash that was on the regular menu. So she's saying, well, maybe you should do that. Maybe just put ones that make more sense to be on there, you know? I don't know. It's a thought process. We're trying to get that set up to go with the new menu. We're hoping on Monday. That's the game plan.
Tomorrow?
No, a week from Monday. We wanted to go tomorrow, but that's just too fast with everything we're trying to do, with the changes that we're trying to make. I had that smash burger Friday. Holy shit, man! That sauce, she's got it right now. That sauce, like, we went through and we were trying to make that sauce how we wanted it. That one I had on Friday, dude, was banging.
Which one did you have?
Just a smash burger, regular smash burger, double. I put 2 patties on it because you could put as many patties on it as you want. Man, that thing was delicious. And so is that flatbread. Have you seen the flatbreads or tried the flatbread yet?
No.
Yeah, that's bomb too. Which is just a lot smaller. It's a pizza,
I
basically.
ain't been over here since last Sunday.
Really?
I don't think so, no.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Damn, you really are hibernating.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude?
It's cold outside. Shit.
You better go move your ass to Florida.
Fuck this.
You're talking about taking a trip to Puerto Rico, huh?
I don't know.
You haven't decided?
Hell no. I don't even want to go from here to the airport.
It'll be warm there.
I don't want to go from here to the airport. Yeah, me and Johnny was talking about it, but I don't know.
That'd be cool. I mean, while you're off anyways, you know? Why not?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Man, why don't you just throw some sand in the bar and crank up the heat? No, I'm just kidding.
Treat it like it's summertime?
Yeah, put some fake palm trees over there.
Yeah. Do like a beach day in the middle
Yeah.
of January. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That actually would be cool, but I wouldn't want to clean up that mess.
You don't clean it up anyways.
The sand, I'd have to. Shay would just not. Shay would be like, "Fuck you." Shay, you can go fuck yourself.
As she likes to say, that ain't my job.
If you know what the thing is, if we put that sand in there and we were done, we cleaned it up like spotless.
You'll be getting it for years.
Yeah, she'd still be cleaning it up. Like, it would never go away 100%. It just wouldn't happen. That would just always be there. That's the downside to it. You know what I mean?
Remember when the health department used to come in and say how clean the kitchen was? That was when Sean and everybody else was here.
Yeah.
Now they really come in here and say how clean it is.
Oh my God. Somebody who's obviously somebody's out there got a some sort of I don't know what you want to call it, some sort of vendetta, I guess is what the word would be, against me.
Yeah.
So they got a hold of Amanda under a alias name. They put an alias name out there and was talking shit to Amanda about me. And then all of a sudden, somebody called the health department on us. The health department showed up, but they were here for their annual inspection anyways. Right. It's not like they came away from it. You know what I mean? But they came in and did the inspection. But he's telling me that I got the phone call. I go, you know what? I'm sure it's somebody. He goes, clearly. He goes, I'm looking around. He goes, this place is, you know. He goes, he goes, even when they called, I go, nah, it couldn't be Madhouse. So then he goes and he's walking around, and it's funny because while he's doing it, of course, you know, there's some are cleaning already. She was cleaning when he walked in the door, and she was working on our open flame grill, you know, or maybe, I don't even think she was actually. I think she was working on something else. But he saw the open flame grill, and he goes, how do you get this so clean like this? And she's like walking him through how she does it and stuff. Dude, it was hilarious. Like, I was just dying that the health inspector's like really like going, how did you do this?
Yeah, right.
You know, how did you get it this clean?
Here, like for Sunday morning or not. Some mornings I'll come in here. She'll have all them fryers pulled out behind them, scrubbing. I'm like, shit.
It's always clean back there. Always. You look back there, you walk back there and look. It was never like that before, ever, never. She is. I mean,
but I'm saying is back then they used to compliment it, and it wasn't half as clean.
No, it was never. I mean, the thing with Sean was he was fairly clean, but he kept covering things. Like he would put foil on stuff. It drove me nuts. But he was what's the like he was a temp guy and like. You know what I mean? Right. So like when they came in, they're always happy to see that things are dated, the temps are set, everybody's doing a test on the cooler when they walk in, and all those things. They love seeing that. They love seeing that the right, you know, like we have signs that we put up that say what temps things have to be at to be safe and all that stuff. And they like seeing that. So, and because he came from nursing homes, he was very good at that. That was what he was good at.
Kyle did that too. He was always writing down the temps on the coolers and stuff.
Yeah, Sean made sure everybody did it. Sean always had everybody doing that, and it's a practice that's continued. Summer does it too. Summer worked under Sean for a while, so I mean it's something that she does too. And she may do that everywhere. I don't know, but I mean, she works. I didn't know that she works on a food truck. You know, you've heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Did you know
Brian.
whose food truck?
Yeah,
You knew
Brian.
it was Brian's. I didn't know that. I just found that out.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Brian's because Troy was here the other day when we were trying to smash burgers.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know it was Brian's food truck.
I think
no.
I mentioned that to you before.
Nah, if you did, it blew over my head.
Yeah, I think I did.
And if you did, or maybe you said Brian, and I didn't realize you meant Brian Thompson. You know what I mean? I didn't. You know, it did. But yeah, that's whose food truck. That was pretty funny. I was like, because Troy come in, she's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. You're Brian's brother." You know, I'm like, she knew him already, and he's like, "Oh, you're the one girl works on a food truck," and I'm like, "That's whose food truck you're on?" That was pretty funny.
All right, well, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We ain't even got started yet.
Yeah, you but
We never even talked about what's going to happen this week.
what's gonna happen this week?
That's what I'm asking you. What do you think
About what?
with Trump taking office?
And what did I tell you? We already talked about this.
You told me you weren't going to pay attention to nothing. You didn't give me whether you're not going to know or not doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just because you didn't see it don't mean it didn't happen.
Well, you're asking me. There ain't nobody else around here.
Yeah.
And I said I'm gonna be sleeping.
That's just, but you don't think it's going to be like a shock and awe type situation this week, or
We could talk about that next week because I ain't gonna know. You're gonna go, did you know? And I'm gonna be like, no, I didn't.
I mean, did you see any of the Hegseth stuff? Pete Hegseth, the one that he's got for, what is it, Secretary of Defense? You didn't see that? Oh man, they're dragging him out. They're dragging people out that are yelling in the thing. And there's a woman for everybody that Trump's bringing in. There's a Democratic. I don't know who it is. I wish I'd have picked up her name. This woman asked every one of his cabinet selections when they're going through because they're confirming them right now. So they have to go in front of basically everybody and they have to get to ask them questions and blah, 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 blah. Her question to every single one of them, male or female, is, have you ever requested unwanted sexual favors or something like that? That's her question. She asked every one
And
of
even
them.
if they did, they're gonna say, yeah. You know, like what the hell?
Well, I said yesterday, I go, well, how the hell do you know if they're unwanted until you ask? I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking, right? I mean, is there something wrong with asking at some point? I mean,
Well, if a woman's married or something and you go up to her and be like, hey, why don't we go in the closet? Yeah, that's not wanted, I guess you would say.
I don't know that.
Well, if you know she's married.
What does that matter?
Okay.
That people that are married can't be asked whether or not they'd like to have a sexual relationship with somebody who isn't?
No, it shouldn't.
Well, I didn't say you shouldn't, but it doesn't mean you did that it's unwanted. Nobody's saying it's unwanted.
Yeah, there's.
But either way, you don't.
That's-
There's nothing wrong with asking. It's like years ago, I was at the Cleveland Clinic. Okay, we had a job going on, and the CEO of the Cleveland Clinic calls me. Okay, at my business when we were working there, and he is disgusted because one of my employees, who's 40 years old, asked a girl that was working at the coffee house or the coffee shop in their Java Jive if she would like to go out on a date for dinner.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. He called me and told me, I go, okay. And he goes, that's disgusting. I go, why? How old is she? And he said she was 20, I think, or 19 or 20. I go, okay, again, what happened? I mean, is he stalking her? Is he harassing her? He said, no, he asked her if she went. I go, why are you bothering me with this shit? And then he starts telling me how disgusting it is and this and that. I go, look, I'm not having a moral debate with you. The laws are the laws, dude. He didn't break a law. He asked a question. There's nothing wrong with asking that question. And I feel like she's asking them if they ask that question. That's what I feel like. Mm-hmm. And that's stupid. That's the stupidest question I've heard. And she's asking women that too. It's like, and some of those.
She's going to be out of there?
Huh?
Will she be out of there?
I don't know. Probably not.
Oh.
Like she's asking like Christy Nome and stuff. It's like, Christy Nome didn't ask anybody who didn't want it.
If they're-
Because if you ask her, they're like, yeah, come on. Married or not.
Yeah, if you're an adult, I guess that's fine, you know?
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just, I don't even know why that becomes the issue, especially when you're trying to like base everything on sexuality anyways. Like you want to, you know, label everybody based on if they're lesbian or whatever, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden this is the unwarranted. I mean, granted now if you went and asked a girl that clearly was a lesbian visually, if she wanted to have sex, that would probably be unwanted. I would guess that would maybe make sense a little bit. Maybe.
I don't know.
It was funny because Gutfeld goes, she's just trying to find out if somebody will ask her because she ain't never been asked.
Yeah, she's trying to find that one person to be
Yeah,
like,
the one is like, all right.
it'd be like,
We
why,
got one.
why are you interested? That's what she's waiting for.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just curious what this is going to be like. Trump's going to be signing executive orders tomorrow. Tomorrow he's signing executive orders.
I think, yeah, he said something about that.
100 at least, I heard.
What is it, that woke shit?
No, I don't know.
That one, he said, the first day he said he was going to do it.
About the schools or something?
Yeah,
Something about
schools.
something that would do with the schools. I saw that.
What was another one?
Is he going to open that pipeline back up?
I don't know. We'll see.
Because when they shut that down, those people disappeared from this area. So there was people working on it in this area right when it shut down.
They were all in Canton, wasn't it?
Well, they were coming here, so they had to have been closer than that.
Yeah.
They were staying in a hotel here, and they were coming here.
Yeah.
So they would.
There was
They
a
had to
lot
have
in
been.
Canton. Well, I think it was Canton.
I know it went through Medina. I know that. That much I do know because I remember there was a whole thing on the news about it. The people were mad about it going through their yards and all that stuff like that. But I'm just curious. I wonder if that's gonna
kick back up.
I wonder. I mean, I just wonder how long. I wonder if he's going to be able to change things enough to fix things, like really fix things. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Like if it's really going to fix things, like if things are going to get like, I mean, how do you fix the fact that people are making $30 an hour and the average house is 220,000? Like, how do you fix that? Because that's what needs fixed, but I don't know how you fix it.
I don't think it's the hourly. I think it's the rate of the house, the price of the houses. You get what I'm saying? That the prices of the houses need to go down, not the. It's either or.
Well, this is the thing though. If you said it was if you said it was the price of the houses, and they were the only thing that was high, but I mean trucks are 60 to 90,000, groceries are $300 a week.
That's the main one.
I get it, but if all those things are up high, I mean, you got to kind of bring the wages to be able to afford those things.
That's what I'm saying. You bring the house pricing down, and either or is what I'm saying. I'm not saying or both, a little bit of both.
It seems like you'd have to change too many factors to get those things down, I would think.
Well, you change a little bit of everything.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, the free market society is supposed to be that, you know, capitalism at its best is if the product isn't selling, then it just isn't going to, they're going to have to lower their price. You know what I mean? And you would think that product isn't selling, but somehow it's selling to somebody.
I don't get it either.
I don't understand it either. I really don't. But somebody's buying
I'm
it
way
somewhere.
out of touch, I guess. Way out of touch.
Yeah. That might be because of where we live, though, too. That might be part of it. Because Lorain County is a depressed area. So we may not see things the same as you would see them in, New Mexico or,
All I know is
Boston or.
I know our housing is ha.
But it's still way lower than the rest of the country.
Yeah, but is their pay scale a lot higher in other parts? Or, you know what I mean?
I really don't know. We'd have to look at that. I know that at one time, like I think California's carpenter for a union carpenter, just going by a union carpenter, was only like 20% higher than ours was, 25. Hawaii was like almost 40% higher, like 40-some% higher. But that's not much when you consider on Hawaii, you got to buy a shack for $2 million maybe or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, it's an island. There's only so much land. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's the
value.
problem with that is though, how do you man like when they're okay? You've got an island. I get that, and there's a lot of islands. There's a lot of land there. But how do you, if you don't have affordable housing available, how do you get restaurant workers? And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part I don't understand. Like, you need those retail workers and restaurant workers that are
think about
lower waged.
A lot of them just they like have roommates and pay half the bills. And
yeah, that's what Chris
4
did.
people
He
in
was
one
living
house,
with
you know?
somebody else. Yeah, that's what
the
Chris
only way
was
they
doing.
can afford it.
Yeah, and that's what Lexa did when she went to California too.
That's the way it.
I think she said there was like 5 people in a 2-bedroom apartment in California.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
New York rent's crazy.
They have rent control in New York, though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they still have it.
Rat control?
Rent control. No rat control.
There's a lot of rats in there. Holy shit.
No rat control whatsoever.
crazy.
Only rent control. But that's like they can't raise your rent for some reason. I don't know why, but they're not allowed to raise your rent.
Because it's probably skyrocketed in the first place. They're like, you can't go no higher than that. You know what I mean?
And I think you're allowed to pass it down too. Like if your kids can take over your apartment and your rent
crazy.
control stays. Yeah. But then if somebody else, if you get rid of the apartment or something and somebody else comes in, it just skyrockets. But then I think it's locked on that price forever too.
Well, I don't know. That's to me that's a whole different world. And it's only, 5 hours away?
Yeah, that's a completely different world. I
haven't been there since I was a little kid.
I was working there, but not in the city. I worked in New York, but like I worked in, I forget what even the cities I was working, building Hortons and stuff like that.
Yeah, my dad had a cousin that lived there, and we used to go see him all the time. Well, I ain't gonna say all the time, but we went a few times.
Yeah. I went to Philadelphia. I worked there doing like Marshalls and stuff like that.
I don't think I ever been to Philly.
You could look and see from there. You could see the New York skyline. You're that close. I didn't realize that till I got there, but all right. I guess that's enough. I'm curious what next week's going to bring. This is a big week. I mean, you're talking Trump's taking office.
Next week will be an interesting podcast then.
You would hope so. Yeah, you would think. Or maybe we'll have nothing to talk about. We can just talk about what the best drink is, like the 10 best drinks in 2025 or
2025. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but we got to, we're looking forward. We got to be the trendsetters. We've got the place to come and get the drinks. We got a trendsetter.
And the weed. No, I'm just kidding.
And the weed. You don't want me to be a drug dealer in 2025.
Nah.
The problem is that now that the government's got their hands on it and you're selling it like that you're probably paying more in taxes.
Yeah, you're better off buying
than
it in
you're
the streets.
actually profiting from selling. You know what I'm saying?
If you're a buyer, you're better off buying it in the streets.
Yeah, like you're probably they ain't gonna leave no money on the table for the small business owner.
Right.
It's gonna go to taxes and the guy that's paid all the money to make it legalized, basically.
So you just need your little local drug dealer. Go get your weed from your local drug dealer.
Yeah, you heard it from Guido.
No.
Support your local drug dealers. Go local, he says. You got to go local. Got to support the local guy.
That what a Grove, boy, they're making a killing of.
Is he gonna get rid of taxes, you think? He said taxes on overtime, taxes on tips.
That's a nice start, but I think it's gonna balance somewhere else where it's gonna screw you in the other end. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think that you get rid of taxes. I don't think we need them.
I agree, but I'm just saying once they do that, they're gonna just jack up something else. It's just the way it is, man.
Yeah, but when we started taxing, it was only to support the war. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, but
I mean, I was looking at something I saw, and they were saying for like our defense budget, like our defense budget. Yeah. They said that every American can make $200,000 a year. You could pay every American $200,000 a year income just on our defense budget.
Yeah, but then we don't have no defense, so there you go.
No. You don't take the defense away, but where's the rest of the money to go? And then if that's like their defense budget, because nobody's paying some people are paying $200 a year, but the vast majority of Americans are not paying $200,000 a year. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Like if that's the defense budget, it just doesn't make sense. Like if they said our defense budget could pay each American $500 a year, or even maybe $1,000 a year. That would make sense, because when you take your taxes and what you're paying, and that's a percentage of what tax money's going towards. But you're saying that our defense budget, which by the way isn't even as high as our interest budget right now for interest rates, would pay each American $200,000 a year. If that's what, and I just saw it, I didn't do the math, but if that's true, that means that each American right now is on the hook for $200,000 a year. Where the hell is that coming from? That doesn't add up. That just doesn't add up. Just saying. Food for thought. We don't need the taxis. We don't need them. Just to end all the bullshit
Doesn't matter.
wars.
Watch what happens. If he does take those taxes out of there, it's just gonna something else going to jack up. Maybe your electric bill, gas bill, or something.
They already are jacked. All that stuff's already jacked
I
up.
know. Watch what they go to after that. So it's gonna balance out somehow.
No, he wants to do it through charging tariffs to everybody.
That ain't gonna do it.
Well, I think it would.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what I think. I think it would work. All right, we're out of here. Guido's in a hurry to get out. He's ready to get back to the couch and Netflix and chill with himself. All right. Oh, you know what? I had a story I wanted to tell too that I missed. Damn it.